quite an orderly person, but when I see all these labels, I don't know where to put anything anymore. It totally confuses me, and everything is like precise. And on the toilets they have book about the masters who come in the sleep, which I liked. But the funny thing was, I phoned them, and they say, "Hello, this is the miracle of love speaking." And I say, "Hello, this is the miracle of love also speaking." They got so angry at me. They were ready to kill me, really. But I mean, actually I am, no? But it's people like with these forms and ideas, they become so serious about it that only they got it, you know. So, and then you scratch a little, just playful, and woof, you get the whole catastrophe. Anyway, so far about all these spiritual people that even I get to see in my life, they undergo a big test on reality with me. 'Cause I'm a spy in the house of love. I know the dreams that you're dreaming of. I know the words that you long to hear. I know your deepest, deepest fear. No, it's true. I've discovered I'm not spying, but I was always attracted to be a spy. But I'm not spying, but it's like you detect their realities. And that's always amazing what you see. So, and all sorts of people detect realities is quite healthy, because otherwise you become always a victim to their unrealities. So I learned how to do that. It's a hilarious world. I meet all these crazy people on this planet. One time I met a guy who said I said, "What are you doing?" He was in a party. He said, "Well, I'm traveling and I'm visiting all monasteries in the world." And I said, "Well, I guess you do that just to check out where the power is." And he said, "Yes." I was so happy to meet him. He was really checking out, monasteries because of power, of course, And he did so good job. He had so good talk. I met a few monasteries. The Zagorsk in Russia, that's nearly as bad as the Vatican. It's a huge monastery of men. And very scary, really. And then it was a long time ago, I wanted to take some photos of some monks talking, because I could see they talk politics, actually, and it was really secretive, you see, in the gestures. And then I took photos, and they were really hunting me, I had to give the film out, because it was like not what they wanted anybody to see. So somebody to check out the powers in monasteries, I think it's fantastic. If you discover this world, it's really mad, but it's also so wonderfully crazy. So crazy. Yeah, I think at some point one just has to learn not to take it too serious, or it's such a madhouse. There comes more and more of it. It's unbelievable. It's all mind structures on top of it, And I didn't understand Tibetan Buddhism for a long time. It was just too much gods and all these. They have strong hierarchies and so much learning, and my friend studied it. I thought, no, that's never something for me. It's all these visions and gods and goddesses and hells and upper hells and lower hells, and it was a bit much for me. But I looked at it, and it's really just the world of the mind, completely, all the hells and heavens of the mind, and of course then the beyond, but all these underworlds, all mind structures, and people living in heaven and hell is really just mind structures, isn't it? Yeah, and we connect with emotions, which are also then coming from mind structures, of course, so.
Even the Buddhist description of hell sounds more like a description of our neurosis.
Yeah, of course, it is totally that, you know, it's just a neurosis, actually, only that, you know, we just see it in pictures and have fear of hell, but it's all our neurosis, it's absolutely true. And I like to see it definitely more that way, because otherwise it's just like, you know, you get drowned by the pictures. Neurosis you can heal, but this is like forever, you know. So I get out of all this stuff. I decode myself totally from spirituality. It's very unhealthy, you know. Pulls you down a lot. Even like, I now think like really karma and DNA is the same. And I prefer DNA because karma is so full of guilt and heavy, and you know, it's
So
like,
cool.
yeah, it's such a sentence, and
so
even
heavy.
karma yoga, and it's just in your DNA, and knowing, I mean, at least for myself, I know I can go beyond it if I want. You can go beyond your DNA, it's just like going beyond your karma. It takes a bit of determination, but it's also not needed, but it's really in our DNA structures. And
you know, what is one interesting thing about DNA is that the scientists are not able to watch living DNA. If they want to cut it into parts
yeah, but that's all they do.
search, they have to kill it or some. It's not life. So they even until now they are not able to say if it is same or not, because they cannot watch it if there are some changes during in life, and I think that they are.
Yeah, of course. But they are analyzing everything.
Yeah,
so
and they have to like because before they put it in the electronic microscope, they have to kill it.
Yeah.
So they don't have any picture of living.
Kill us all.
No, come on. It's just like I like to go with that for a moment, because I think it's basically because it's analytic. So they cut the whole thing into pieces, and then they don't get the wholeness of it, you know. So how can you when it's dead? You know? So you only get small picture of cutting, you know.
What was maybe true, but
yeah, because it's mind formation cutting, you know. It's total mind analysis.